Golf Central on YouTube, brought to you by the Rogue ST Woods and Irons from Callaway.
Hey there, I'm George Savaricas, and this is your Golf Central update. Certainly a tough and rainy day at TPC Potomac for the second round of the Wells Fargo Championship. The man on top after 36 holes, former world number one Jason Day, had opened with that round of 63 to seize the lead. Backs that up with a 3 under 67. So he's at 10 under through 36 holes. Past champion of this event. In fact, his last win on the PGA Tour coming at the Wells Fargo at a different course. So Day, after his second round, spoke with the media.
I do. I've always, kind of liked U.S. Open formats in regards to how tough the golf course is, and you kind of have to grind it out. And obviously, typically when you have tough conditions, long golf courses, tough conditions, thick rough, and the guys that are playing well, they kind of usually find their way towards the top. Now, granted, I'm coming off some nice play at Zurich, so I've got some confidence there. You know, it's nice to be able to get in at 10 under through 2 rounds, especially with, what kind of weather we got coming in on the weekend. But, I'm looking forward to it. I mean, it's nice to be back in the mix, nice to be leading. It's still 2 more days left, so I really can't get too far ahead of myself.
Do these conditions make you focus even more than you normally would if it was nice weather?
You have to. I mean, as I said earlier, I mean, it does widen the fairways, widens the greens a lot. But, I mean, they really didn't shorten the course all that much today. I mean, I hit more longer clubs in today than I did yesterday. I mean, I felt like I had maybe a handful of 4 irons and 5 irons out there today, and, luckily enough, I hit those majority of those close. But yeah, I mean, when you have conditions like this, it's really hard to commit to a shot because you're going in there and you're doing it kind of a lot quicker than your normal pre-shot routine. So you have to force yourself to hit the shot and trust that. And some of the iron shots, that went left today, just a little quick in the transition, didn't kind of wait for it. And, I kind of worked it out and found my way on the backside.
What do you need to keep doing well, and what do you need to do better, do you think?
Obviously, I think from what I hear tomorrow is worse than today in regards to the weather. So I just got to try and be as patient as possible. I feel like the swing itself is in a nice spot. Just be patient with it, and then just go out and try and hit the ball and find it again, hit it again. I mean, I'd like to say I hit every green, hit every fairway, but that's just not doable here.
Jason, you said yesterday you gave yourself a pat on the back for your round. You backed that up again today. How does that help your confidence heading into the weekend and even continuing on tour this season?
Yeah, it was nice to get this round under my belt in these conditions. It's just, all the work that I put in kind of in the off-season, off weeks, it's starting to show a lot of signs, and I'm finding a lot of confidence in that swing. So every now and then it kind of falls back to some of the old stuff, but big thing for me is just to not kind of panic and just take a step back and go through my shots and try and trust it the best I can. And if I can do that, hopefully I'm somewhere, if not leading, come Sunday.
And a bit of a follow-up, you went without the hat for most of your round today. How was it playing without that, just in these conditions?
Yeah, I mean, Max came up to me. I was talking to Max, and he took his hat off on 18 because he hit his first putt way past, and he goes, I flinched because water hit my club on the way back. So, I mean, my hat it's soaked, so I decided to take it off and just, I mean, not many times you see this hair out too much, but hopefully this weather can kind of go away and we can hats on for the weekend. Yeah.
Jason, what did it mean to play as well as you did at the Farmers after not having been in it for a while, and you stuck in there and you actually hit maybe the shot of the tournament there on Sunday?
Yeah. I was kind of, I guess kind of mid-transformation from one swing with the iron to the other. Now, obviously, like I said yesterday, that the driver swing is not where it needs to be, but it's getting better each and every time I get to work on it. I think if I was going to go back there, if I was right now and I went back there, I'd try and find a little bit more creativity with my shots going into the greens and all that stuff. So I've definitely come leaps and bounds since then. I remember, a year and a half ago, I put 2 tees between, either side of my putter, and I couldn't stroke it between the 2 tees. So I was more concerned about the putting more so than the actual swing itself. But it was nice to get off to a good start at Torrey. Unfortunately, I kind of hit I lost a little bit of momentum with kind of my mum passing away and all that stuff, and then finally finding my footing again is nice.
Since Jason's last win on the PGA Tour at the 2018 Wells Fargo Championship, at that point he was 7th in the world. Now he's 127th because of his body of work since. 26 missed cuts in 81 starts. Best finish, which you heard him talk about, was that T3 at the Farmers Insurance earlier this year. Has had more missed cuts, 26, than top 10s in that span with 18. Just 3 shots back. Max Homa, who's a 3-time winner on the PGA Tour. One of the rounds of the day with that 4 under 66. Homa had started on the 10th. Eagle out of the gates, 11 out of 14 fairways, 12 out of 18 greens. So Homa in a great position going into the weekend, and spoke with Rex Hoggard.
Thank you very much. Joined by Max. Second round 66 in very, very demanding conditions. Jason Day was just talking about you actually had to take your hat off at one point. It became so difficult to putt.
Yeah, on our 9th hole, 18, I had a pretty routine 2-putt 30 feet up the hill, and as I took my putter back, a drop fell off my hat, hit the ball. I flinched and nuked it like 6 feet by, so I took the hat off to putt the next one. He decided to take after me and just take it off the rest of the day. I put mine back on, but it was just a lot of rain. It just never really stopped.
When you shoot around in the 60s on a difficult golf course like this, is it more rewarding because of how demanding it was because of the conditions?
Yeah, I think you could appreciate it more. It wasn't like one of those clean days where you hit a ton of greens and a ton of fairways. It was one of those where you're just scraping it and try to get the ball in the hole. So I think you can appreciate the grind a bit more.
You're close with your caddy, Joe. Who is a day like today harder on, you or Joe?
It's always harder on Joe. He's got to lug that bag around. It gets heavier as the rain hits it. He's got to juggle the umbrella, get the numbers, do all this kind of stuff. So I'm glad I just have to hit the shots.
Now, different golf course, but you've had success in this event. You've won this event before. Is it just a matter of some sort of ball striking similarity between the two courses?
They're both big. You need to hit driver a lot. There's a similarity in the sense that there's a lot of mid irons and some long irons, especially in these conditions, and that's why I'm a bit more proficient, I guess, than the average. So maybe these two golf courses are different in the layout, the shots you have to hit, but I guess you do hit a lot of the same clubs into the greens.
What we saw out of Rory McIlroy round 2 had opened with that 3 under 67. Wasn't too far off the lead at that point. Backs up with a 3 over 73. We'll fight on to see the weekend, though, as Rory is at even heading into Saturday. So what weather is Rory and the rest of the field going to have to face? It was rainy and wet and dreary on Friday. More of the same on Saturday. Temps in the low 50s, 92% chance of rain. Should clear up a bit on Sunday, but how about that high? 48 degrees. Chilly weekend at TPC Potomac, that is for sure. So I wonder if Jason Day can carry that momentum, or is it just going to be a hot start for the former world #1? I'm George Savarickas. Thanks so much for joining us.